For years, one of the big fundraisers in the Twin Cities was a hunger relief fundraiser put on by Wayne Kostroski called Taste of the Tour. And he did a taste of the like the Super Bowl, the NFL, all sorts of. I mean, for years, Wayne and his team has made such an incredible impact when it comes to fighting hunger in the Twin Cities. And this week, they're evolving the event into something bigger, something with more impact. Chefs, athletes, together to make a difference in our community. And Pete Kostroski is with us via video link up, joining us at our YouTube and Facebook channel. Pete, I'm very excited for our listeners to learn more about Plates and Playmakers. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It's an exciting event coming up in a few days. Looking forward to it.
Thursday is the night. Tell us what the vision is.
Well, as you mentioned, I'm proud son here. My dad, he's been a hunger advocate in town here for a long, long time. He started Taste of the NFL back when the Super Bowl was here in 1992. So I've been around hunger relief and trying to solve this problem for pretty much my whole life. And then him and I started Taste for the Tour 7 years ago. And then 3M Open came here into town. And it's been a great event, but it was always kind of capped at our size. There were about 225 people there. So this year we decided, let's try to do something a little bigger to help more families here in the Twin Cities. So we started an event called Plates and Playmakers. And it will take place this Thursday, July 9th at QUINCY Hall. But our mission is always the same, raising dollars and awareness in the fight against hunger. In this case here, kind of highlighting the best that Minnesota has to offer. And with we got a pretty good lineup, to say the least.
You've got Andrew Zimmern and Gavin Kaysen, and really an amazing lineup of local chefs representing all kind of young, older. You've got the whole group there. I wonder if you would talk a little bit about what it's like to be the son, to be the next generation taking it has to be meaningful to be continuing the work, probably meaningful for your dad too, that you're continuing the work that he got started.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I've got 4 daughters myself, so now 12 and under. So it's an interesting role to be now looking at my dad, who I've always been proud of what he's accomplished along the way. I think the coolest thing that he's really instilled in myself and my 2 sisters is this desire to give back to the community. And he's obviously done that with his actions, and we've been involved with these events for a long time and now kind of taking the lead on this one. One of the coolest things was one of my daughters goes, "I'm so excited, and I hope one day I get to do Plates and Playmakers with you too." So the idea of inspiring the next generation to give back for those who are going through a little rough time, that's pretty cool. And it was never part of, has laid out the plan. It's just something you're around and you just get inspired by because of all the great things that you're able to do for others.
Pete Kostroski is with us. The event is called Plates and Playmakers. It is Thursday night. Now, you've got, a dozen chefs. How does the night sort of shake out for people?
Yeah, it's pretty exciting. So the general plan of this is, it's what we like to say is kind of celebrate the best of Minnesota. So we always, with our events, we always start with culinary. So we have 12 of the best chefs in the Twin Cities. Gavin Kaysen has just been a phenomenal partner, a friend of mine we put these on now for 7-8 years. And I always joke because he's the best person to have on our culinary team, because Gavin and I talk, and then he sends an email out to all the chefs, and then they respond within 30 seconds, versus if it was me, it might take 2 months of hounding them. It's really kind of you mentioned a few of them: Ann Kim, Danny Del Prado, Gavin, of course, Adam Ritter, Eric Pham. The list goes on and on. Of the quality of the culinary is incredible. And then the fun part is we also then fill the room of this year what we're calling Playmakers. And Playmakers is 2 different forms. We have a lot of the celebrities. So these are some of the biggest sports icons in Minnesota. Whether you're basketball, football, hockey fan, these are kind of the who's who of either current or former Minnesota connections. We've got a lot of the coaches there as well. PJ Fleck will be there, Nico Medved. And the idea is everyone comes together. You get to enjoy some company. You walk around, you try the food at all the different stations. And the best part is you're raising money for some incredible hunger relief organizations here in town.
Since you guys started back in 1992, more than 100 million meals raised through all of this money. that you guys have raised. Who are the food banks that you are, or the food shelves that you're helping out this year?
Yeah, we're excited. We have 3. In the past, when we did Taste of the Tour, we usually would just pick one organization, and then it'd be all the proceeds go to them. In this case, we decided as this event gets bigger, and we'll have about 400 people in attendance that night. We have a handful of tickets left. I'm sure they're going to sell out in the next day or so. But because we went bigger, we also wanted to make the impact throughout the Twin Cities go a little wider. So we have the food group, who's headquartered in St. Paul. We have Every Meal, who does a great weekend after school program for kids, and they're based in Roseville area. And then we also have ICA, which is a food bank out in the Minnetonka area. So part of the idea was, as this got bigger, increased the number of chefs and celebs, we also wanted to have our impact be felt throughout the Twin Cities instead of just with one organization in town.
And you're also giving some money out of the connection you've had with the culinary world to that Salt Cure Restaurant Relief Fund as well.
Yeah,
right?
you nailed it. I mean, my dad was a restaurateur in town, and so I grew up in the restaurant business. I love food. I love cuisine. I decided to go a different route, though. I didn't have the passion to be a restaurateur, but I've always had this soft spot for the restaurant industry and the hospitality. So not only using this as an opportunity for us to appreciate all the incredible restaurants we have in town, but a portion will also go to the Salt Cure, as we all realize how important the culinary world is to the Twin Cities.
Pete, you didn't want to bring back Tejas? You didn't want to bring back Bar Abilene yourself?
It was been asked a lot. I worked at all those places. Thankfully for all the guests, I never made it on the cooking line, but I did pretty much everything else, and that was enough for me.
You thought you could find like less stressful ways to lose money than by opening a restaurant?
Yeah, funny how that works, right? I'll support them. I just don't want to be an operator in them. That's for sure. I've worked at the State Fair for many, many years at the Tejas Express booth, so that was enough of the realization of I'm better attending than running these operations.
I think it's great. It's going to be at the Quincy Market right in Northeast Minneapolis. A great venue, beautiful room, but still a couple of tickets remaining. If you go to platesandplaymakers.com, you can buy an individual ticket. There will be a silent auction at that website as well that people can bid on, all sorts of great stuff. But really terrific. These sorts of events, I think people don't fully understand how much their local restaurant ends up donating to, whether it's, the local PTA or it's the softball team or it's to fight hunger. But I sometimes get nervous about where we'd be for charities and nonprofits if we didn't have all the things that the restaurants were sort of stepping up and donating.
I completely agree. And they're always the first ones to say, hey, can you help? And they're right there. First ones who want to do so. And they do so much for the community. So this is a little way for us to celebrate. I mean, if you look at this lineup, it's going to be the best food in the country under one roof that night. I can promise you that. It's just the quality is incredible. And I hope everybody listening and in town appreciate this level of culinary talent we have in the Twin Cities. And this is one fun way for people to try it out all in one stop if you're able to make it on Thursday.
Pretty cool. Pete Kostroski, appreciate you. Thanks for doing this, and good luck on Thursday. We appreciate it.
Thanks so much. We'll talk to you soon.